we can't always go to Disneyland or Disney World, but we always want to. And today we have a special guest with us who found a way to go to Disneyland at home. This is episode 58. I'm Soraya.
I'm Aurora.
I'm Naomi.
And together we're
just your average Disney travelers.
Okay, so welcome back to Naomi. Naomi has been on our podcast a couple of times with her brother and sister, but now we have her all to ourselves because a couple weeks ago, was it like 2 or 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Tell us what happened. Tell us how this came about. What was going on?
So, my parents took my older sister on a graduation trip to Disneyland, and we all love Disney. And so we decided to kind of make our own Disneyland at our house.
Right, because they left you guys at home.
Yeah.
So big sister got to go, and Naomi and her brothers had to stay home.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer. But you turned it around.
Yeah.
Because you started to formulate a plan. So, on your Disneyland days at home, first of all, your parents left. They drove one day about 6 hours because that's how far you guys live from Disneyland. And then they stayed the night at a hotel. Then they had 2 days in the park. And then they came back the fourth day. So, and you were home here with all three of your brothers. Did everyone participate in this with you?
My two younger brothers participated. My older brother really just sat on the couch playing the banjo the whole time. So my mom said that he just was on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride the entire
time.
The entire trip.
That makes sense. Okay. So it was mostly for all of these activities and things you did. It was you leading your little brothers on this Disney trip at home.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. And who came up with the ideas? Did you do it by yourself?
Yeah. Pretty much me, and my younger brothers are kind of used to me taking control of everything. So they're like, okay, we're just going to follow you now.
That's pretty awesome. Okay, so you were kind of creating your own Disney trip. How did you travel to Disneyland on your Disneyland trip?
Yeah, we actually spent 6 hours in the car on Sunday, and we just sat there.
Okay, in the car or at home?
At home. It was actually in our playroom. We just set up chairs in a way that was like a car. And the not good thing, but not bad thing, we all had colds, so we had to stay home from church. And so that gave us time to sit in the car.
For 6 hours.
For 6 hours.
Did you guys get bored? What did you do? Did you take rest stops and
Yeah, we took some rest stops and we just played video games and read books.
Like what you would do if you were in the car.
If we were actually in the car, yeah.
How funny. For 6 whole hours you traveled to Disneyland at your house.
Yum.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. Okay, so Aurora, do you want to ask the next question?
Yeah. So how did you start your day?
So we woke up, well, at least I woke up at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And I got dressed and I did my hair because I like doing hair. And sometimes I even did makeup, but not all the time. Anyway, and then normally at that point the boys were already up because sometimes I take forever deciding what I'm going to wear. And so at 7 o'clock the boys were probably already up because it was actually just after daylight savings.
Oh, right.
Time,
so the time, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of felt like 8 o'clock.
Yeah, they thought they did.
Yeah. Anyway, then we grabbed bagel and head out the door.
So you had a bagel. So you and this is you're getting ready to go to the parks now.
Yes.
Let me see. Oh, dang it! That was what I was trying to do. I was trying to silence my phone. Okay, so I think later on we're gonna get to maybe more of what you wear. Okay, so we'll skip that. All right. So you got breakfast. You head out the door. Did you go through security?
Yeah.
How did you go through security?
We just kind of sat there in our backyard. We was definitely not accurate because we only sat there for like 5 minutes.
Okay.
So, yeah. And then we just put our bags on a table and we just waited.
You did? You
Imaginary persons going
searching
through
your
our
bag?
stuff. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great. So you took bags with you? Like
well,
you
I only took one bag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a backpack? Like
Yeah.
you would
I
hydration
have
pack?
a mini backpack,
Uh-huh.
and I put sunscreen in there and all my stuff I need, like my tablet and all my important Disney stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. All right, so you did go through security.
What was the first thing? Well, actually, what park did you go to first?
Okay, so we first went to Disneyland. My parents and my older sister were actually in California Adventure then, but
But
we're
you
just
chose
like,
to start
we just
your
started
day in
at Disneyland.
Okay.
Okay, so what was the first thing you did when you entered the park?
We decided to go to Pirates of the Caribbean because it's probably our family favorite because our entire family is obsessed with pirates. And
So you went there and then your brother never left. Jared, who stayed on the couch with the banjo.
And it was kind of perfect because that was our first ride anyway.
Yeah,
so it's not like he went there first and then we came to him.
So you went to Pirates of the Caribbean. Exactly how did you do that?
So we had to walk around our backyard a few times to get to the ride.
To there. Okay.
And then we go inside and we pretty much YouTube was on the entire day.
Okay.
And we just searched like Pirates of the Caribbean ride Disneyland and we just watched the ride video and we'd sit there, but we'd try to sit in the way that the vehicle was in the real ride.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
yeah. So like if
felt
it was
more real.
Yeah, so like if it was, say, for instance, Splash Mountain, you would sit one behind each other, lined up, but like for Pirates, you could sit in a row together.
Yeah.
Did you do the movements? Like if there's a drop, did you put your hands in there? If there's a turn, did you swerve around kind of?
We didn't really swerve, but definitely if there was a drop, we'd all be like, yoo-hoo!
Put your hands up,
in
yeah.
the air. We're like, yeah!
Oh, that's so fun. That's so fun. Okay, so you rode Pirates of the Caribbean by basically casting you watched YouTube through the TV. So
Yes.
you had it all on the big TV in front of you, and you're sitting right there watching the ride and going along with it. Oh my goodness, that's so fun. Okay, so what are some of the attractions that you guys rode then while you were in the parks? And this is over a period of 2 days, right? You did this for 2 days?
Actually, we did it in 3 days.
Oh, you went for longer than your parents even.
The reason is because we wanted to make lightsabers at Star Wars Land, and that was going to take a while, so we
Okay.
decided to make an extra day so we can spend as much time as we needed making the lightsabers.
Oh, that's so cool. So you did it. So how did you make your lightsabers? You actually did a craft or an activity?
We did a craft. There were many, maybe a little more than a half a foot.
Okay.
Like maybe 8 inches made out of clay.
Oh, okay.
And so we all choose our own color. Like I did a purple, and my little brother Sam decided to do red, and he was like, "I'm on the dark side."
Oh, how fun. Okay, I think you told me that and I totally had forgotten about that. That's so awesome. Okay, so for the 3 days that you were in the Disney parks, what are some of the rides that you guys rode then?
Okay, so pretty much all of our favorites, which is most of them. So
So basically all the rides.
all of Adventureland, all of Critter Country, all of pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
Not except. I feel like there was one ride that we purposely didn't do because we don't like it as much.
Okay.
I don't remember.
That's okay.
I'm pretty sure we did most of the rides.
So for all of them, you did the same thing though, right? You looked them up on YouTube and then watched them and you put the chairs in the right order and in between. Oh wait, I guess that's the next question. I think that.
Yeah. So what did you do in between the rides?
Oh, in between the rides, we'd have to walk around our backyard. Guesstimating on. We had a map so we could kind of see okay, well if we are over here and that's over here,
Yeah,
then
how far would it be? How long would we be walking
we'd
to
be
get to it?
for instance, if you were at Haunted Mansion, if you wanted to go to I don't know, Splash Mountain, we'd be walking, I don't know, we have this rock pit in our backyard, and we used to walk around it for, like, I don't know, 10 times, and then...
So it's funny because as you were telling me about this earlier, your mom said that, so they have at their home and at the house, they have cameras. Mm-hmm. And so the parents can kind of check in on the kids and see how they're doing while they're not home. And so Ruth, your mom, said that while they were at the parks, that in Disneyland and California Adventure, and they would check and they would see you guys walking in the backyard to your next attraction and just walking around the pit and everything.
It probably looked like a ritual.
It probably did. So you guys also told me that like you would send, she said that you would send her photos of the attractions you were doing. So you showed me a picture that they took. What were they at? Space Mountain or Disneyland?
They were actually, this was the first day that they got there. It was just the Disneyland resort when they were getting their,
And so
tickets.
Then Naomi took a picture of her and her brothers and sent it back to them with the Disneyland logo on it. And so they were basically going through and doing the same things. Maybe not the exact same time, but it was like they were experiencing the same kind of experiences together, but separately.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so where are we, Rory?
Right there.
Okay, so, all right, so we've talked about some of the attractions you guys did and how you walked. I just love that you walked in between. What are some things you guys ate? Did you have snacks?
Yes, we had snacks. So we had my mom, because they were at Disneyland and we were not, she decided to buy us snacks and stuff. So the first day, we had a pretzel that you just like, I don't know. My older brother made these, so I don't know. They were like microwavable or something.
Okay.
You had to like add the salt yourself. I don't know.
Oh, it's like the giant pretzels?
Yeah, the giant pretzels.
I was
Like,
just imagining like the little ones.
No,
Why would you microwave those?
The big soft ones.
Yeah.
The big soft ones that you can buy at Disney. Anyway, we had those for the first day. Then we couldn't have Dole Whips, but we had Mickey bars every single day. We either had Mickey bars or Mickey sandwiches every single day.
Okay.
So we had 2 each.
All right.
Each
Nice.
day. Yeah. Then, so we also ate dinners places, obviously.
Okay. So where are some places you ate?
Okay, so for our first day in the parks, we ate at the Jolly Holiday, and they have really good grilled cheese sandwiches. So my older brother made grilled cheese sandwiches for us, and then the next day, we ate, this was now at California Adventure, and we ate at the Cozy Cone, because I made mac and cheese bacon in it.
Nice.
And then the next day after that, we were at California Adventure again, because we had a park hopper. Park
hopper?
Yeah. Anyway, and we had hamburgers for smoke jumpers.
Nice.
Pretty much it. Oh, we also had pizza sometimes.
Okay.
And we kind of,
like
Red Rose Tavern.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Awesome. Okay, cool.
So, did you stay for fireworks?
We did not stay for fireworks. I've never actually seen fireworks at Disneyland.
You guys
to be
don't
honest.
usually stay that late?
We don't, but although one time when we were actually at Disneyland, we had a balcony and we could actually see the fireworks perfectly.
Right,
so we
right.
we're already in our
time.
pajamas and stuff. So
Yeah.
we're like, okay, you can stay up
Yeah.
to see the fireworks.
So you didn't watch fireworks this at-home trip, though, right? Okay.
No.
All right. So this is a question I was going to ask you earlier, and so I'll ask you now. What did you guys wear? Were you, like, wearing clothes that you would wear in the parks?
I did. I wore clothes that I would wear in the park.
Okay.
Like, the first day when we were at Disneyland, I kind of, actually similar to what my sister wore.
What she actually wore?
Yeah. Different days, but when she was at Disneyland, she wore this tutu that's not tutu, but a big full skirt.
Okay.
Skirt made out of tulle.
Yes.
And it's like this blue one. And I wore a pink skirt with butterflies on it, and it kind of gave me like
The same kind of feel.
the vibe of it.
Yeah.
And I also had this like sparkly gold shirt that went with it. And yeah.
Did you wear ears?
Yes, I wore my Mickey ears that I actually turned into mini ears because it was
Oh, those are cute.
yeah.
Oh, she added. Yep, she added.
Yeah,
a
I
bow to
added a
ears.
bow.
Perfect.
Because for Halloween, I wasn't done with my outfit yet, and we had a last minute Halloween party that my sister threw, so I just
So you
added
really
a
quick
bow
did
because
a-
I was Minnie Mouse,
yeah.
so I'm just like add it.
I think I remember you telling me. Did you? Oh no. You made your brother ears, but that was later on. That was for
Yeah.
a different thing. That was
Mickey
for Mickey's
Mouse's birthday.
Okay, that was not related to this. Okay, but you did wear your ears. Did your brothers wear park clothes, or did they just kind of wear?
Not really.
Yeah, that's okay.
Peter was in his pajamas like the whole day, so not really.
Okay, so that's all right. So did you wear walking shoes and stuff
Yeah, we wore shoes because we're walking
in the back? Yeah, the backyard.
And actually did get a workout because we're
Yeah.
actually walking.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, man, you guys probably did get quite a few steps in, just like as if you
Yeah.
were at Disney.
Not
Now-
as many.
No,
but
not nearly. So you did the walking, but you didn't necessarily do the standing, right? You didn't have to stand and wait in
No.
line. So you had a magical day where you walked to the ride, but then you had a VIP tour.
Yeah,
Where
VIP.
you walked to it and then you got right on.
Yep.
That's nice. And you had mentioned earlier that you brought sunscreen in your backpack. Did you guys wear sunscreen?
Yeah, well, every single time I'm like, Sam, we're gonna actually be outside walking a lot, and you're just like, but I hate sunscreen. I'm like, fine. So I wore sunscreen.
Okay, so you did it. You did the full deal, and they kind of just did the parts that worked. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So.
How many attractions did you do? Do you remember?
I don't know. We did all of them, so probably about
Yeah.
I don't know, 50.
Yeah, there's a lot of attractions.
Or more or less. I don't know.
Did you guys do things like shows and anything like that?
We
Or parades?
we watched that. I don't know what it's called, but that fantasy, is it Fantasy Fair or something?
Oh, the Fantasy Theater or the
Is
Royal
it-
Theater?
The Royal Theater, yeah. We watched the Beauty and the Beast show.
Yeah.
Again with YouTube.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. That's cool.
Yeah.
You know, your parents couldn't even watch it because it's not on. They don't
Yeah.
have that back yet. So that was pretty magical for you guys to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. Okay, so what was your favorite part of all of this that you did?
I really liked how my little brother actually just like went with it. Like we was actually at Disneyland, because a lot of the times, like at my house, if I want to do something, they're like, "Oh, but I don't want to do that." But this time, I feel like I was actually able to make them have the feel that they were actually at Disneyland.
Yeah.
So that was really fun to actually like the way that we kind of worked together to make this actually feel like we were at Disneyland. And funny thing is, I would actually take pictures of the ride videos that we were on, and one time I actually tried to move because I knew where I was in the ride, so I was like, oh, I want to get this picture, and I'm like, oh wait, I turned to my fireplace. No, not actually there.
You were really in the zone.
Yeah,
You felt like you were really doing it.
Yeah.
That is really cool. I think this is such a clever and creative idea. So not only was it, it was super fun, and also, like you were saying with your brothers, you totally kept them occupied the entire time your parents were out of town.
I bet that made my older brother happy because, like...
It made his job a lot easier.
Yeah.
You did the most of the babysitting part of it because you had planned this whole event and activity.
Actually, it was mostly last minute.
Really?
Yeah, it was like on Saturday, the day before they left. I'm just like, I don't want there to be fighting going on,
Yeah.
so
Well, and
let's just
this eliminated the fighting. It
Yeah.
also made it so no one was feeling sorry for themselves for not being able to go with your parents and your sister. And it made such fun and creative and unique memories for you guys. Not just you guys, but even your parents and your sister. Because like you said, you guys were sending photos back and forth to each other and telling each other about your day. And I think that's pretty cool. So this is a really, really clever and easy, like you said, you just planned this the night before. So you could anybody could really do this if they really wanted to. If they needed to or just wanted to because, they're missing Disney and want to just have some fun. Anyone could do that. They could just set aside a day and say, nope, I'm having a Disney day. And they could follow your example. Do you have any tips or advice for anybody that would do that?
not really tips and advice, because honestly, you can do whatever you want.
Yes.
If you already know what you love at Disneyland, or even if you've never been to Disneyland, you can, like, look it up. Like, what are, like, some cool things at Disneyland? Like, just things that
'cause a lot of
sound
times-
interesting to you.
Yeah, and a lot of times, places do, like, there's different websites that maybe put out some sample itineraries and ideas of how people should plan their day, and they could even just follow that, and then like you did, pull up the videos and do it. Would you recommend doing it hardcore like you guys did, where you go and walked from each attraction and line up your chairs in the right way and drive for 6 hours in the car in your playroom?
We may have done it a little overboard, but the walking thing probably wasn't a big deal to us because we like hiking and stuff, so it was no big deal to us. But if you're not a hiker and if you really just want to just feel like you're at Disneyland and not have to go all crazy like we did, that works just as well.
Yeah, I bet that would. That's really cool. Do we have are there any questions we haven't asked, Aurora? Can you think of anything we should ask Naomi?
I can't think of anything.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming and being on our podcast, but thank you first and foremost for being so creative and clever to come up with such a fun idea. I am just floored by it, and I'm a little bit jealous that I've never thought to do it to that extent myself.
We should do something like that.
We should do something like that. It's definitely a good idea of how to kind of ease that Disney blues that we sometimes get when we can't always go when we want to go. So awesome. Is there anything else you would share, or you feel like we covered most of it, Naomi?
Well, there's one more thing.
Okay.
With the Disney blues and stuff. I actually was feeling them. Like, I wasn't disappointed that they were going on a trip. Like, if they were just going, like, somewhere else, I would feel, like, fine. With Disney, I'm just, like, I wasn't really feeling bad for myself. I'm just thinking, I miss Disney.
Yeah.
And so then I got the idea. I'm like, we're going to do this thing. I don't care if anybody tells me I'm not going to, because I'm just going to do it anyway.
Yeah. Well, it worked out. It was a great idea. You did a good job of putting it together and organizing it with your brothers and getting them on board. And so congratulations for such a successful trip, a Disneyland vacation from home. But yeah, good to go. Good job. We will have to follow your example, and maybe some people that are listening might too. Maybe they'll think it's a great idea just like I do. So anyway, so thanks for coming on and being on our podcast again. We love having you. And for all of our listeners, thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.
See you.